I went on a bachelor party to Vegas. On the way back, the wing exploded on the plane and we had to evacuate the plane and the whole thing was on fire and it was this big thing. Some of my friends were into French house.
Right.
So it was like Justice and Daft Punk. And I was like, oh my God. Like that.
That could be life-changing right there.
It was. Before I heard Justice, I was a normal person. I was like, had a normal like idea of what I'm going to do in my life. Right. And then afterwards I was like, oh no, I'm going to be weird now.
It's Powertools and we got Biscits in the house. How are you doing, my man?
Hey man, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. You've been releasing some bangers the last couple of years, man.
Thank you.
You've been on a steady, like, just really cool roll of releases. I mean, you've had collabs with Sonny Fedora, Max Milo, yes. Good Boys. You remix Moby that kind of kicked things off for you, right?
Wow, that was crazy, man. What an honor.
And let's start there. That's kind of how things got kicked off for you. That Moby, you just did a bootleg remix, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. One of the first things I did in like tech house was, hey, let's sample a Moby track and just for the club. Do you know what I mean?
When you say when you say tech house, what were you doing before that?
Oh, I've been doing stuff. I used to produce dubstep and trap.
Okay.
Like under a different name, and then before that, I produced, I guess, house. Right. So it's like it went full circle.
Full circle.
But yeah, so I was making dubstep and trap in kind of 2012, 2013, then had a gap. And when I came back to music, I was like, tech house.
What brought you back to music?
Well, it's a pretty crazy story, actually. I don't know if you've heard the classic story, but I had an office job. I had a day job and was like trying to do music on the side and like just wasn't given it enough time, you know, and I was depressed. I was like, this sucks, you know. But basically the classic story is I went on a bachelor party to Vegas. And then on the way back, as we were taking off, the wing exploded on the plane. The engine exploded on the plane, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, we had a big incident and it was a crazy time and we had to evacuate the plane and the whole thing was on fire and it was this big thing. And then basically for a few months after that, I was not right and I was in a bit of a weird headspace.
Right.
And I just thought, right, you need to do the music. You need to properly lock in on music, man, because
life could be short, right?
Exactly. Anything could have happened on that plane and you'd have just been a depressed office worker and you never gave it a good shot, you know?
Right.
So I said to my brother, I said, hey, let me sleep on your couch, on your sofa for a year and just do this thing full time. And by the end of the year, I'll get a job and I'll give up again.
Right.
So he just let me do it. He was like, yeah, of course, do whatever you need to do. And it was a rough year, but I was hammering it and I was making tunes, sending them out, just going nuts. And by the end of the year, my guy, Charlie,
right.
I was sending him tunes because he was working at the label at the time or something and he picked me up. And then eventually by the end of that year, I got a support slot for Fisher somewhere in England and was just like...
In 1 year? This all happened in 1 year?
Yeah, honestly. And it was a rough year, don't get me wrong. And it was like, there was ups and downs and I did eventually have to get a day job. But I did like one shift and then that's when he phones me like, quit the job. We got the call up. Fisher's in town. Like,
wow. And what led to Fisher was part of the Moby remix, right?
So that, the Moby remix was actually a little bit after that.
Got it.
So, the Fisher recognized us because of the track "Do It Like This," which was signed by Sonny Fedora,
right?
And then Sonny was playing it, and he obviously sent it out to everyone. Fisher was playing it,
right? And
then it was like, "Who's this guy? Let's check him out," sort of thing. So then,
dope,
yeah, man.
And what brought you to house music? Because you said you were in trap.
Yeah.
After all this is happening, was there an artist you were listening to? What brought you back to house music?
Back to house music.
Making house music.
Yeah, it would have been a case of trying to figure out how can I actually make an impact and build something that I could actually make a living off of. It was that kind of thinking, why it was specifically tech house.
Right.
So it was like, at the time in the UK, what was being played in the clubs was tech house.
Right.
So I was like, okay, if I want to try and get a gig in Southampton where I live, I'm going to have to make tech house, you know?
Right.
But because I think I went and saw Salado were playing, and I was like, oh, okay, it's this kind of thing. And then on Radio 1 in the UK, it's a lot of tech house, and I was like, all right, it's that kind of sound, which I loved. So it was good for me, you know. It reminded me of when I was like 18 or 17. It was that kind of sound.
Right.
But saying that, still to this day, I've not been booked in my hometown of Southampton. So it sort of worked, but it sort of didn't work.
It worked too good.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that always the case, not getting recognized by home?
Yeah. What is that about? It's so annoying. I think the reason is because I used to go out clubbing there all the time.
Right.
They probably recognise me as that drunk guy.
You're not allowed back in the clubs, right?
Like, no, we don't want him back here.
Right. Wow. And so when you did the Moby remix, because I think that's the first time I remember hearing Biscits.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Nice.
Like, talk to us about how that affected your journey, that remix right there.
Yeah. So I think getting that recognition from Moby, you know, absolute just hero legend of electronic music and music in general. Right. And for me, growing up as a kid, the first 2 albums that I bought in a shop, we like went to a music shop. It was like mum gave us some money and it was like, go and get something. Was Gorillaz, and Play by Moby.
Wow.
And so I had that from a kid. I didn't know what they were. I just thought it looked good. You know, I was like, oh, what are these? Like, but then, so it really was a full circle thing for me. I'm like, oh my God, this guy recognizes me. Like, that's crazy. But, so yeah, I think getting the recognition of a name like that is just, that's going to do you wonders, you know? Like,
was that your introduction to dance music, those 2 albums?
Yeah, it would have been. And I wouldn't have even been thinking this is dance, this is what I was just...
You're just picking a cool cover.
Yeah, especially Gorillaz, right? Because it was like the cartoons, it was like all of that. And it's a bit quirky and like cartoony, you know?
Right.
Like, yeah. But yeah, that would have been. And then I went to Ibiza when I was like 17 for the first time as well. Right. And that was a real like, what's going on here? Like,
okay.
I was like, we went to a few nights and I was looking at the DJs and I was like, what are they even doing? What's even happening up there? Like, and who are these everyone was like, oh, and I'm like,
what DJs did you see? Do you remember?
Honestly, I don't know. Right. I wouldn't be able to tell you, like, because I had no clue. But we went to Amnesia and Eden, maybe. I can't really remember. But yeah, that was a real kind of eye-opening, like, oh my God, this is such a big thing. Do you know what I mean? Right. And then at college, doing music at college, because I was always into music, like all sorts. Some of my friends were into French house. Right. So it was like Justice and Daft Punk and they played that to me and I was like, oh my God. Like that
could be life-changing there.
It was. Before I heard Justice, I was a normal person. I was like, had a normal like idea of what I'm going to do in my life. Right. And then afterwards I was like, oh no, I'm going to be weird now.
So once you started like, you know, getting momentum with Biscits, like I feel like Tech House has been around for a while, but like the term blew up in the last like 4 to 5 years, like but you were doing it way back, like before Tech House was Tech House almost.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
And I think you're a forward thinking producer. Yeah. Like you not hop on trends, you're before they are trends. Is that something you think about when you go in the studio?
Yeah, it is. It's also something that I just can't switch off. If I hear something new and I hear, you know, a cool thing that picks up, I'm like, right, what's that? How have they done that?
Right.
Like, what did they use to make that weird sound? Like, how can I try and do that? And then like,
you like to reverse engineer stuff to figure
honestly,
it out.
yeah. Like when certain tracks come out, it just affects me for a good few months. Charlie will know, my manager. He's like, oh, that's it. I'm down a rabbit hole, like trying to figure out the new sound. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But then you can't just like steal that sound, but you have to be aware of what's happening. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't just be, well, maybe you can, but for me personally, I think you don't exist in a bubble. You know, everyone else is doing things.
Right.
How can you get involved with what's happening? Basically. So it's like at the minute there's a big UK wave of like minimal, like Josh Baker and Max Dean and all those, and there's noises that they're using which are like haven't been used really in sort of heavy tech house yet, and I'm sort of like figuring them out, and then I'm like, oh, how do I use that lead and how do I do this? But then most of the time
you eventually, it still sounds like you at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it'll inspire me, and I'll do a bunch of different projects, ideas, and all things with those sounds. And then eventually I'll probably just go back to my old classics. But at least I gave it a go, and I've got more knowledge now, you know?
Right.
But yeah.
And also at the beginning of your career, when you did your collab with like Sonny Fedora on Soloco, I think it was, you guys did 2 songs together. How important was that collab for your journey?
Yeah, huge, man. Like, yeah, because thinking back, he really did take a risk on me there, because I'm completely random, unknown guy.
Right.
You know, and we're sending tunes out, and he's obviously like, oh, this is good. You know, let's help this guy out. And at the time, I took it for granted majorly, but like, it was a massive leg up for me. Like, and he's a real legend for doing that. He's a real top guy. Like, and that it was Do It Like This. Was released on his label. Then we followed up with Go Insane, which was a collab. Right. And all of them straight away up the Beatport charts, like getting played on the radio and everything. And then it was just like, I remember him asking me, he's like, can you DJ? And I was like, yes, I think so. And he's like, all right, come and support me. You know, it's like one of them. Like, so it was a massive leg up. Crazy. Right. Yeah.
And when did you take on, like, started learning how to DJ in the production process?
Yeah, so
please don't tell me the gig before Fisher.
Wow, I hadn't been on CDJs for about 6 months at that point, because I don't have CDJs, and I was really panicking. Like the drive up to the gig was like 3 hours, and I was sort of like, oh my god, there's a jog wheel cue. I was like, okay, like, but yeah, I've been DJing since uni, so like since I was 18.
Okay,
but not successfully and not good at all. Like me and my friends, the same friends who showed me Justice and everything, like got MIDI controllers, but no one had shown us, the standard, look at the structure of the song, start coming in here, start beat matching here. We were just looping tiny bits and then trying to bring this thing in and filter that out, and it was just absolute mayhem. and we had some nights, we put on some nights at uni, and there was like 5 people turned up. It must have been so bad when I think back, just absolute chaos, but we had a good time.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you had a good time.
Yeah,
but you had it figured out when you did the Fisher gig.
Yeah. And although I didn't have CDJs, I'd planned it out on Record Box. I was like, I'm going to go from there to there to there. I was like, yeah.
Now that you've toured around the world, you have 1 million DJ sets underneath your belt. What have you learned maybe in the last 5 years as a DJ? Like a lesson that you would say, man, I want to share this.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
Don't say Record Box.
I mean, just on a side note, I'm stressing out about Record Box.
I am right now too. Same here.
Literally, I was in the hotel room earlier, and I've upgraded to the latest version because I was on the old version. Checking all my USBs, I'm like, what box do I tick? Like, so we're
going back to the Instagram video. I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, when we go to sound check later, that's going to be the most stressful sound check ever. I'm gonna be like, please work. Like, but yeah, so advice, I'm not sure, man. It's tricky. Let me have a think. Let me have a...
Okay, you think about it. Maybe it's a mental health thing. Maybe it's a programming thing.
Oh,
that you've just learned. Not learned, but like over the years.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
So on a technical thing, maybe something that I really think about, I don't know if other people think about this, is the swing of a track.
Oh, that's interesting.
So stuff like UK Garage is majorly swung.
Right.
It's really rhythmic.
Right.
And say at the minute, stuff like Odd Mob makes is completely straight. There's no swing. It's just like straight down the line. So if you're trying to mix two tracks with two completely different swings, regardless of how in time you are, it will sound out of time.
Right.
So that to me was a major like, so there'll be tracks and I'm like, oh, I can't mix these at all.
So how do you get around it? Acapella?
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, in the moment, I'm probably just going to go for it. And it's good. Because hopefully the mix after that is good.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always another mix.
Right.
But I'll try and pre-plan in swing. So I'm considering the key, the energy.
And the swing.
And the swing. The swing is a big thing.
That's interesting.
For me, anyway. But
that's a good tip. That's a good tip. Even when you have like, even if you're playing like, I don't go that far, but I also like if something has a little more of a Aladdin drum feel.
Yeah,
I think about that. Like, does the next record have this kind of swing?
100%.
And does the next record have this kind of swing?
Yeah,
you know, at least put those like back to back.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're right. Because some records are very straight, no swing.
Exactly, and I'll probably have a bongo section of like about 5 tracks with loads of bongos that I'm like, okay, I know that there's more that kind
this
of
is the bongo vibe.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But yeah. But
does the bongo vibe ever not go down?
Honestly, the more bongos, the better.
No, it is. Because no. I have this theory. If the drums make you dance, they don't have to like the song.
I love
it. Because it's just going to make you move.
Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. It's as simple as that. The more bongos, the better. And then we need more bongos back in. The current Tech House Top 10 has very minimal bongos.
Right.
Does anyone notice that? I feel like we need to get the bongos back.
At this point in time, there's no swing.
There's no swing. It's straight. It's pretty heavy. It feels a bit like old school electro to me, electro house vibe, which is sick. I love that. But yeah, maybe let's try and spice it up a little bit.
Make a little swing. Speaking of spice it up, your recent single, Crush.
Yeah.
We rinsed that tune here on Powertools.
Nice.
And, you know, flipping a Jet song is a crazy idea. How do you even know the original? Like, I even had to look it up. Like, who did the Jets? Holy crap. How did you decide to... That's not the obvious flip.
Yeah. So, for me... It was when we were at uni, classic, we were doing dubstep. Nero sampled the same thing. So then,
got it.
For me, I'm always thinking, what was big back then? How can I try and bring that back? Can I sample a Justice or a Daft Punk song? Or can I, I want to bring back that feeling that I had. Maybe the kids don't know those songs now, that kind of thing. So that was it.
But back in the day when he sampled it, did you know the original source?
No, not then. Okay. But we looked it up because we were like, we were trying to figure out what everyone was doing.
Right.
Like, where are they getting this from? How are they doing that? But
so you have no context with the original except for Nero flipping it.
Yeah, I mean,
and looking it up.
And then I looked it up. Right. Which is probably how I find most of my 80s music. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'll hear it on a track, a dance track. And be
like you're Adina Howard. How did you find same?
That would be the same thing. That it would have been, because that's been sampled and remixed, and I've heard that in clubs all over, across the years. And then I'm like, right, what is that? What's the deal?
And you're going to put your own spin on it.
Yeah, basically.
Do you take that into consideration? Like, somebody hasn't done this in like 5 or 6 years, so maybe this is my space for it?
Sometimes, yeah. If I'm having a think and I'm like, what can we do? What can I put in the set? What can we, like...
Did that start off as a DJ tool?
I had the acapella for both Freak and Crush for years. And would try different versions at different times. And I've got loads of acapellas that I'm like constantly seeing if that will work currently and stuff like that. And sometimes they work and it's like, hey, I go to Charlie, I'm like, can we get this cleared? how can we clear this sample? How can we do this? And
let's talk about clearing samples. I mean, sometimes it could take a while. Talk about the process. Did like the Adina Howard, did that take a long time to get cleared?
Yeah, all of it takes ages.
Right.
Normally for me, not even clearing a sample, but just from when a track is finished and I'm playing it in clubs.
Right.
It will be at least a year until we're releasing that, or longer. And so if there's a sample involved, it can be like 2 years, or like
that's crazy.
It's like a really long thing. And then to be honest, I don't understand how samples get cleared, and it's some long-winded thing, and I'm just like, I'll just try and make the music and focus on DJing, and then fingers crossed someone can sort something.
But is that a little like knowing that it's going to take a year to come out?
Yeah.
At some point in time, like you want to finish a record and have it come out in 2 months.
Yeah. And to be fair, since we've started our own label,
right,
things have started to speed up. Like, because before, you finish a track, send it around, no one's interested, and then that's just sat on the pile. But so with our own label, especially, and
the label's called Wrong.
Yeah, yes. The label's called Wrong. That's right. Like the track we just put out, Wrong is Right.
Right.
That was quick.
Right.
Because it's like, hey, what should we do next? Well, that one's sounding good and it's popping off in the sets. And then as long as everything's smooth, away we go. Do you know what I mean? So that's a real benefit of having your own label.
Is that the reason why you set up your own label?
Yeah, it's one of them. Because it's so frustrating.
Right.
Like, because you'll finish a track, all producers know this, and you think this is it. This is so good. How can anyone deny this? And you send it out to all the labels, and they're just like,
nope,
no, I don't know. And I'm like, but this is it.
Right.
Like, how could you ignore me? Like,
I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Yeah, honestly. So, but I don't think we've proved anyone wrong. But
and that's why the label's called Wrong.
Because we haven't proved anyone wrong.
Why is the label called Wrong?
I was trying to come up with a label name for a while. I've got a list of like cool names for maybe projects or albums or labels or whatever. And Wrong just felt really right because it was everything feels wrong right now. Right, do you ever notice that?
Yeah.
Literally you go outside, you're like, wow, this is so wrong.
Right.
Like, and you turn on the news, like it's So basically it was just how I felt about everything. It just feels wrong. And
is the label gonna eventually develop other artists? You want to get more into A&R and stuff, or is it just set up to put out your stuff?
No, we do. We want to build. We want to help other artists grow. We've started to, but that's a real learning curve. Like I didn't realize how tricky that was, and and it's a big deal because you're taking on other people's music and their art
that
and
they're
like,
passionate about.
You have to respect it and you have to take it seriously, and that is tricky. Like I didn't really take that in with these labels before.
Right.
But if I'm sort of agreeing to sign something, then I'm like, oh God, I better make sure that I put my all into this and help this person because I don't want to let them down, So that's been a real learning curve. But I've signed a couple of guys from San Diego called John Carl that I'm really excited about. They've got tracks coming out. We released one of their tracks, Undisputed. It's an absolute banger, man.
Okay.
And we tried our best. It did good. But like in my head, it should have been Beatport #1. You know, we still have to grow.
Right.
But and then they've got more coming out. They've got one coming out in a couple of weeks actually, which is really cool. So yeah, that's one of our first guys that we're like trying to push. But there's plenty more that I'm messaging and trying to work with. But I'm trying to take it seriously.
Right. How important is it for you as an artist to have a Beatport #1? I mean, is that like, you've had your share of them, but you wanted that for the artist that you just put out. How important is that?
Yeah. So I haven't actually had an overall Beatport #1.
But I've
had Tech House #1.
Yes.
But I've got it's such a thing in my head that I've never had a Beatport #1.
But I consider that #1, Tech House #1. Still?
Yeah.
That's the biggest. That's the biggest genre.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Really,
yes.
I'm so like proud of that, and it's a massive achievement. But for me, it's still I've got this itch. I'm like, I need that overall because I was saying we went to Beatport offices yesterday because we're here in LA and everything. We were talking about everything. And I said to them, literally every day for the past 10 years, when I wake up, I check Beatport. And I'm like, what is happening? Who's there? What's going on? It is one of those things,
You're checking it every day. That's interesting.
Yeah. And literally since that year where I was like, hey, I'm going to do music full time, that was one of the things that I'm like, what's going on in the Beatport top 10? It's so important. If you get the right Beatport #1 at the right time on the right label, that's it for the rest of your life. You could ride that out. Like,
wow. Okay.
Honestly, it's crucial.
It's crucial.
It is crucial.
It has to be the overall chart, not just the tech house chart.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. I wish it could just be tech house.
That is very interesting. No, I think Beatport is very important part of the journey.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's other ways, obviously, and there's a lot of different. You can get a Beatport #1, and it doesn't really do anything. Like you can just fluke it, I guess. Like, I mean, it's difficult. I don't know how you do that, but I've seen people get a Beatport #1 and thought, oh, it's game time for this guy, and then it hasn't quite worked. So you need to follow it up with stuff. You need to be ready, but it's going to be that turning point if you play your cards right.
Okay, if you had a choice between one of your tracks having 50 million plays on Spotify, and a Beatport overall #1,
oh no,
what are you picking?
Wow, that is tricky. That's kind of
because one's for the fans,
that's a good
and
balance.
one's your peers and DJs playing it.
Yeah, right. This is what I'll say. If it was 100 million,
you got your breaking point.
Yeah, 100 million. I'll take that.
Okay.
Otherwise, the Beatport #1 for me right now. Yeah. And for like what it is that I do, where I DJ a lot, and it's that kind of world. If you're more of a artist and you're less of a DJ, then the Spotify, basically. But if you're a DJ and you want to play around the world,
Beatport's very important for you.
Yeah.
So what does Biscits have cooking for next year? Any big collabs, album? What do you got going on?
Yeah. So it's I'm doing an album. And I've been
that's awesome.
I've been like saying it for over a year, and like I wanted to do one this year, but with the travel and with everything, it just didn't come together because it's a lot of work, But we're pushing forward with the album. I've had an extra year to work on it than I thought, and that's going to be my main focus of next year.
Was that going to come out first quarter, second quarter? Do you have an idea?
It will be the second half. It will be probably release around September time. We'll release a few singles in the run up and then release it properly in September. And it will be on Wrong, so we'll have complete control of it. But I want it to be more of an artistic expression than just here's a bunch of bangers. Right. Do you know what I mean? So, we're going to have a lot of singing collabs and more melodic things, trying out different tempos. I want to try and push it a little bit rather than.
How far are you in on the album? Are you 50%, 60%, 70%?
It depends.
He's looking over.
All right, 70%.
70%. Okay.
Yeah, like the major work is there.
And did you have to take an extra year because I know it's hard when you're touring and trying to find that studio time when you're in the right headspace.
Yeah, man. Like that's been a real learning curve because before I started touring, I wouldn't say it was easy, but I just spent every day, all day, just making the music. So obviously I'm going to be putting out a lot more music. Especially during like COVID and stuff. It was like I literally just sat with my headphones on the whole time. So it's such a learning curve, and we have had to structure the touring differently and think, hey, I can't like have 2 days off back in England and try and make music in that 2 days.
'Cause you're just trying to catch up with life.
Yeah, I'm literally like just regrouping, doing my laundry. Right. I don't know how other DJs do their laundry, but like honestly,
maybe they don't.
Exactly. It smells a bit like clubs. Like
it is a little funky in this DJ booth tonight. No.
Honestly, when I'm back in England, it's like laundry, have a shower, then I'm like, it's like I've got 1 day to make music. So, but we've structured it a little bit differently. I've had more time, And
you're not one of those guys that I've seen, like, you're not, I started this track on a plane to the club and I finished it up. I'm always like,
I've tried that, but it's insane.
Right.
Especially, like, I'm not quite in business and first class and all this. So if I'm back, I'm like squidged in, trying to get my headphones on. I'm like, no, that's just not. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm not doing that. He would love it if I did.
Can't we get a track while you're flying? You got 12 hours of flight time.
Yeah.
No interruptions.
Yeah, no.
Let's go.
No is the answer.
I know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. So this, do you got a title for the album?
Yeah, so the working title is Algorithms.
Oh.
Basically, yeah. And the art concept, the overriding concept is sort of art over algorithm. It's sort of the blend of kind of nature and technology and that. You know how right now AI...
It's taking over.
It's scary.
Right.
I try not to think about it because I'm like, well, I'm going to lose my job any day.
I think the future of producers is just going to be sitting and saying, I want a track that sounds like Armand Van Helden and give me the drums from Max Styler. And that's how we're going to produce 5 years from now. Just giving prompts.
I mean, probably. That's scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
I go around and round about it in my head. Like, is it good? Is it bad?
But yet we use it to grab an acapella. We use it for things that we love.
Yeah.
I want to grab that hat from this song, so I'll grab the drums.
Yeah, as a tool for production, it's amazing. It's the best tool ever for production, right? And I've been producing long enough to have had tools come out that have changed the game, like Splice.
Right.
I remember before Splice, it was a completely different thing. You're like, how on earth do I get that drum sound?
Right.
And then Splice comes out, you're like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, so that changed the game. But then this is just like 1,000 years in the future, it changed the game, you know?
And it's getting better and better every day.
Yeah. So I think the thing that it leads me back to is, for me personally, the thing that I'm into, yes, I like the song, I like the sound, but it's the person, the artist. I'm like invested in this person. And I like the idea of what they're saying.
And that person's not an algorithm.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I don't know, if I hear the best song ever and then I look into it and I'm like, oh, it was a computer. Right. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Whereas like just some guy in a field on an acoustic guitar, I want to, show me what that guy's up to. Do you know what I mean? Like,
so is all your songs with vocalist on the album? That's all it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. That's right. Trying to make sure that there's more of a soul to it than perhaps I could just type in "make me a great album."
The whole album.
The whole album. Yes. You probably have to wait 2 minutes.
Right.
But no, yeah, I want to try and just, even for myself, just bring a bit of life back to the music and to the art, because you know, that it's a business, we're in a business, and it's quite difficult to remain excited and feel the love for what it is that you do. Right. And especially, so you're touring and there's so much music coming out. I'm checking Beatport. I'm like, okay, this thing. It's like, there's not much soul in that if you're not careful. Right. Like, you can just go down a really soulless line of just what's popular. Okay, bang that out. Like, so this is an attempt for me to, bring, just even for myself, some love back to the passion. Not that I've lost the love, but I want to put my passion into it, you know.
And on the album, is there a lot of bongos?
I'll be honest, I don't think there's any bongos.
Whoa, stop. That's where the other 30% comes in. Yeah. Add bongos to every track.
That's what's missing.
Yes.
It's the bongos.
Yes.
All right, that's it. I'm gonna put some bongos in. Yeah,
get some swing
and some swing. All right, I promise. Yeah.
Well, we're excited about the album. We're excited to have you here. I mean, the music you're doing is really, really cool, man. And
thank you.
Yeah, we'll have you back when you drop the album.
Yes, please. Yeah, let's do it.
Powertools.